What's up, everyone? Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. It would mean a lot.
And yes, we got a special guest joining us today, Leo Mazzacco. He's answering. 1 second. There he is. Leo, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, our MLB insider, Leo. We got him, free agent, 10-year contract. It's great to have you in the future of RLJ, and it's a bright future here. And how you doing, Leo?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have you on the team here. So the first round's done, and what are the key takeaways from this first round?
I think the Chicago White Sox, they have a great young team. They played the Oakland Athletics, and I think that they let the city of Chicago down. And another key takeaway is the Atlanta Braves pitching. They lost Mike Soroka due to a torn Achilles, and I think that Ian Anderson and Max Fried have both stepped up in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. You're right about that one. But what do you think about these Rays just completely dominating the Blue Jays in 2 games?
Well, Tampa's a fun team to talk about because when you look at their starting lineup, you ask yourself, how are they good? They don't have a star in their starting lineup, but they are all pitching. They have Blake Snell, Charlie Morton, Nick Anderson out of the bullpen. They have a lot of young pitchers, and I'm excited to see how far they go in this.
Well, you see that the payroll too. They don't have a lot of money to spend, but
it's so crazy to think how they are a good team, but pitching win championships.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're gonna go down the bracket here in the AL, the 4 versus 5 matchup. How about them Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, all over Beaver in Game 1, then a comeback win in Game 2? And what were your takeaways from that series?
The New York Yankees did not give up. Game 2 with Carlos Carrasco on the mound, I thought the Indians 100% had that game in the bag during the middle of the game. But it shows that the Yankees don't give up, and their offense is absolutely explosive when healthy.
Leo, obviously you saw DJ LeMahieu clutch up in the 9th there, and obviously he's a free agent next year. What type of contracts are looking out there for him?
He's going to get money. It's just whether he's going to stay with the Yankees or not. Personally, I believe he will stay with the Yankees. I think he 100% deserves at least $100 million.
Yes, he is worth the money, I think. I believe that, but, you look at his age, he's 32. He's not going to get, anything too lengthy here.
Like he's 25. He's a beast.
Yeah. So then we're going to go to the Central Division champs, the Twins, choking once again here. 18 straight playoff losses, I believe. What a joke of a team and a franchise. And how did you feel about the Astros bouncing back? The haters are on them, and they sweep the Twins at their own home park.
Yeah, I think the Astros are just trying to prove a point that cheating did not help them win a World Series. They're playing with a definite chip on the shoulder, and I just think the Minnesota Twins offense, which is a top in baseball, just did not produce. I think the Astros go far in this playoffs.
Speaking of the Twins' offense, it was just completely down. They scored, I think, 2 runs the series against. The Houston Astros pitching is really not that good.
They lost Cole and Verlander, and I don't understand what Rocco Baldelli, the manager of the Twins, was thinking in Game 2. You have Byron Buxton. I think he was injured, but why are you starting a rookie who's never had postseason or major league experience in Game 2? It's a must-win game. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Twins fans there. Then the last
18 straight?
Yeah, 18 straight.
Wow.
That's a sports record, 18 straight consecutive playoff losses. So now we're going to go down to your Chicago White Sox. They fall to a tough one with the A's. What was your takeaway?
I thought the White Sox played good the first game. I think that was a great first game. Personally, after the first game, I'm like, there's no way we lose 2 in a row. Second game was rough. Just gave it away. Both second and the third game, we gave it away. We had multiple chances to score. I think we had 25 stranded on base. That is awful. And the third game, I just don't like the move of Renteria pulling out Dunning in the first inning. Only do 15 pitches. That just loses confidence on him.
I had a question about how do you think Renteria handled that third game with the pitching?
Well, I think he had a good plan going in. Like he said that if Crochet didn't get injured, then it would have been a much different story, and I believe that. I mean, Crochet was going to eat up like 2 or 3 innings, but unfortunately he did get injured, and we ended up using our whole bullpen. I mean, it was a disaster.
Yeah, obviously that Luis Robert home run was a bomb, and I think
that was the second longest this year.
Yeah, I think it was too as well. And obviously the Sox are going to be back here next year, and they're probably going to be
better.
And they're going to be better, and they're going to be more ready. Yeah. So watch out for the Sox next year.
Yes.
Yeah, just the feedback on what Leo said, as I'm a Sox fan as well. It's disappointing. He's got your ace going out there, game 1. And, you know, when you take that game, so you got the advantage in the opponent's ballpark. Wish you close it out, but we got one of the best young teams in baseball. We're on the uprise, and I'm just happy to see that, you know, at least we won a game.
Yeah, very excited.
All right, so Leo, we're going to move down to the NL. Last night, the Dodgers sweep the Brewers. I think we all expected this.
Yeah.
And are you feeling confident in the Dodgers team right now to finally get that World Series?
I think they can very much win the World Series. It's just whether or not they'll not choke like they have like the past 3-4 years. I mean, Clayton Kershaw looked like himself, like 2014 self or 2013 self. Usually chokes in the playoffs, but no, he struck out 13 yesterday, like 1 walk and 3 hits. Very good. I mean, I see them going to the World Series this year.
Yeah, it's a really fun team to watch in LA. The addition of Mookie Betts, I mean, he can be an MVP in the NL. And yeah, we'll see what the Dodgers do there. And then the game going on right now, Padres against the Cardinals. Tatis going off yesterday, 2 home runs. Finally, the Padres get this national attention, much needed, and they're showing the people what this offense can do. And you think the Padres can win this game?
I mean, Jack Flaherty's on the mound for the Cardinals. He's very good, but I think that they're just so much built to be an explosive offense, and they're such a fun team to watch. I mean, when the team meets Tatis, he steps up, hits 2 homers. Well, Meyer hits 2 homers. I mean, I don't see the Padres losing to this St. Louis team. St. Louis is a very boring team. Yeah, I don't see the Padres losing this one unless they just choke.
Yeah, Leo, I think that for MLB and the Padres, I think the MLB wants the Padres to win because obviously they're they're a fun team to watch, and the Cardinals have been here before, and I think fans just want to see new teams and new places.
Yeah, Cardinals are just boring. They have like no exciting players.
Yeah, for sure there. And then we're gonna move to the Miami Marlins, baby. Upsetting the Chicago Cubs today.
That was awesome. I mean, as a White Sox fan, very much disliked the Cubs. I just didn't like how they whooped our balls the last series. But they're just they need to make some moves. They need to trade people this offseason. They need to restart the rebuilds because they gave up too many pieces. But Miami has young pitchers that can go out there and just dominate, like Sixto Sanchez, Santi Alcantara, I think his name is, and you don't really have any threats on offense, especially after Starling Marte got hurt. I'm just very excited to see the Marlins.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this Cubs team, they struggle to put up runs. You can look back at the trades, giving up Gleyber Torres and Eloy Jimenez, but they ultimately did win this championship in 2016. But, I mean, the cost is coming up right now. You can't score runs against the Marlins. It's just...
They got a lot to fix in the offseason for sure.
They do. Like, Miami, how do you lose to Miami? I told my dad, I'm like, how do you see the Cubs losing to Miami? There's no way they lose to Miami. And they did. They proved me wrong.
Yeah. So now we're going to move to the final series in NL. The Atlanta Braves literally shut out the Reds. They sweep them and they give up no runs in 2 games.
So, like, 22 straight innings. That's crazy.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I think Go ahead.
There you go.
So I thought the Reds were going to be in the contention for World Series. Their pitching is just awesome. Sonny Gray, Trevor Bauer, Amir Garrett, Luis Castillo. Then you got Anthony DeSclafani. I mean, I thought that they were for sure going to go to the NLCS, but Atlanta Atlanta's two young pitchers just shut them down, and Freddie Freeman stepped up when needed. I think he's the NL MVP this year, and I'm surprised that the Reds did not at least win one game.
Yeah, that was a shocker. I mean, Trevor Bauer pitched a gem, and they still couldn't finish their job.
You also saw Acuna just proving that he's one of the young stars in this game. He's got MVP written all over him in the future years to come. And I think he's an exciting player to him and Freeman are a good 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
All right, Leo, are you ready for Division Series predictions?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start probably with the best series in the Division Series. We got the powerhouse Rays against the powerhouse New York Yankees. Who do you like in this one?
I definitely like the Yankees in this one. I mean, the Rays only won the division, I believe, because the Yankees were so banged up. I think the Yankees have the best offense in the American League. When healthy, their pitching is very good. Tanaka with some postseason experience, and if not the best pitcher, Garrett Cole for the Yankees with that offense that is crazy. And I just don't see the Rays. I don't see the Rays winning this one, especially. Their pitching's great, but I don't know if the offense can produce.
How many games do you think this one's going to go?
Oof, I think this could go 4 games. It's going to go 4 games.
All right, fair enough. Do you think that the Yankees will power through with runners on scoring positions? Obviously, you saw last year against the Indians that the Yankees cashed in with runners in scoring position. Obviously, Game 2, Urshela goes yard for the grand slam. And LeMahieu strikes, clutches up in the 9th with bases loaded and just strikes it right through the middle.
Yeah, I mean, Brett Gardner stepped up when needed to be. I mean, he's an old vet. Didn't expect him to do anything this year, but he steps up when needed to be, just like everyone else on that team.
Yeah, the Rays pitching staff's up for a hard one against the Yankees.
Dominant pitching staff, but you did beat the Indians, who I personally believe have a top 3 pitching staff in the league.
Yeah, the only thing that concerns me with the Yankees is the bullpen, but usually the bullpen's the strength of our team. It's looking like the weakness of our team so far.
Yes, I mean, it was a tough bullpen game to watch against the Indians. I mean, Chapman did what he did in the Progressive Ballpark of the Indians against. Remember when he gave up the home run to Rajay Davis?
Yep.
Choked it again, but I think you guys have a top 5 bullpen in the league.
All right, so we got Yankees in 4. Moving down to the Astros and Oakland A's here. Who do you think advances to the ALCS and how many games?
I think Houston advances in 5 games. I think it's going to be a very good series. Played each other a lot, both of those teams, but I just don't think Oakland has enough offense. I mean, against us they did because we lost everybody, but I just don't see Oakland having enough offense. Their pitching's great. Got Chris Bassett. Bullpen is best in the league. I just think Houston, with the experience they have, I think they're going to go to the ALCS.
All right, so moving down to the NL here, the powerhouse Dodgers will go against the Padres or the Cardinals. Are you taking the Dodgers? Either way, the Padres
are most definitely taking the Dodgers. I mean, they did lose to a Washington team who got hot in the playoffs last year, but I don't see the Dodgers choking this year. I don't.
All right, so now to the last division series. You got the Miami Marlins against the Braves. So the Marlins extend their miracle run.
I want them to. I want the Marlins to win that. I want to say that they can, but I'm sorry, but I think Atlanta is going to be a very good team, and I think they're going to sweep them this week.
All right, so you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, just for that series as well, Atlanta's just a better team. If you just look at it on paper, I mean, the Braves, the timely hitting, the lockdown pitching. Max Fried hasn't lost a single game yet this year. I think he's the only pitcher to not lose a game, even though his ERA is higher by like 0.2, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, Freeman, Acuna, you got Marcell Ozuna stepping up big. Ozzy Albies he's a really good player as well. So is
Adam Duvall.
Yeah. I mean, the Marlins, you did see good pitching, but the Cubs offense wasn't the strength of their team this year. So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say the Braves in 3 here too.
All right, so After predicting all division series, which one are you most excited for here?
I'm excited for the A's Athletics one. I mean, the Yankees and the Rays is going to be fun too, but I'm excited to see how good the A's actually are and how good the Astros actually are. The Astros were one of the only two teams to make the playoffs with a losing record, and I'm just excited to see if they beat the Twins or did they just get lucky. I mean, I'm really excited to see that series.
Yeah, so who's your surprise player here so far in the wild card series, heading into the division series?
I think the most surprised player is Sean Murphy of the Athletics. He just absolutely killed us. I mean, one of the young catcher prospects in this game. I'm excited to see what he can do in the ALDS.
Yeah, so what's the player that's let you down so far?
Player that let me down? I don't know if it's a player, but actually, yes, Jose Abreu. I mean, he did have a home run game one, but he let me down in the ALDS. I mean, he had the most RBI, and he just choked.
Yeah,
He choked with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, I think he had bases loaded twice, and he didn't convert twice.
More than twice, I think.
Those are situations you usually see him convert on. I mean, he led the league in ribbies with 60. That's one a game in the shortened season.
Yeah.
You just really wish he keyed in. I mean, we win that series easily if he hits, just a base hit, I think, in either of those situations. But he's going to be there next year. Sox are going to be there next year, so I'm not worried. Yeah, so I'd agree with you a little bit.
All right, so what's the player to look out for in the division series? Pitcher and player.
Okay, I think pitcher is for the Tampa Bay Rays. Look out for Blake Snell or Tyler Glasnow.
Yeah.
I think they're both going to have very good starts against the Yankees. It's just whether or not the Yankees offense can score. And a position player, I think, is going to be Carlos Correa. I think Carlos Correa is going to show what he can do in the postseason. Had a great last 2-3 postseasons, and I think he's going to get hot in the postseason and carry the Astros.
All right, so that's all we have for you today, Leo. We're going to talk back to you.
Thank you very much.
We'll talk back next Friday when all the division series are wrapped up. It's a pleasure having you on the show, and we're going to love to have you back next week.
Had a blast. Thank you.
Yep. See ya.
Later, Leo.